Join us at Digital Impact Philippines, the ultimate conference for digital marketing, SEO, website design, YouTube SEO, and much more. Connect with industry experts, gain valuable insights, and take your digital strategies to the next level. Don't miss out on this opportunity to grow and innovate in the digital world. You can purchase a ticket on our website
www.digitalimpactphilippines.com.
Join us now.
Presenting your one-stop shop for SEO and virtual assistant services. SEO, GMB, link building, content creation, web design, virtual assistants, and more. Rank Fortress SEO and VA Agency. Enjoy 40 to 70 off for our services. Rank Fortress SEO and VA Agency. The best white label platform for SEOs, agencies, and freelancers.
Welcome to Rank Fortress, your blueprint for real-world SEO mastery. At Rank Fortress Academy, we don't teach theory, we teach what works. Founded by William Jones and Rowena Jones, a globally recognized SEO strategist. Our academy was built to give marketers, entrepreneurs, and business owners access to the exact systems that rank websites and generate real revenue. Whether you're a beginner looking to break into the digital marketing world or a seasoned professional tired of fluff-filled courses, this is where you sharpen your skills. We cover everything from local SEO, Google Business Profile optimization, and on-page content silos to advanced YouTube SEO strategies, backlink building, and client acquisition tactics. With over 80-plus SEO virtual assistants trained using this same framework and a proven track record of ranking hundreds of businesses. Join Rank Fortress Academy and take control of your digital future.
I am here today with Genesis, and we're going to be covering, he's one of our speakers for the upcoming conference here in Surrey City at Digital Impact. We'll be having it June 29th, 30th, and July 1st. You are actually, I believe, speaking on the 1st, and really excited to have you there, really excited to meet you there. He is actually from Surrey City, so we got to meet up for coffee and stuff, but I'm interested to hear about your story. What type of agency how many staff do you have? How did it start and everything, and the struggles? I want to know about you and your story and that sort of thing. So if you could just introduce yourself, tell us about you, and introduce yourself to the audience and what you're going to be covering, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so thank you for the introduction. So I'm Genesis, and you can call me Jen. I'm from Surrey City. So I really started my creative design journey as a graphic designer in our family business while I was schooling. So after that, I became a registered nurse, and at the same time, I tried for a year as an OFW. And at the same time, I really decided to switch as a designer or to become a full graphic designer and have to leave and go home in the Philippines. And at the same time, after that, I started a dream with a spare computer from our family business. And then I decided to specialize in UX and product designs. At the same time, took certifications to back it up, especially to support the experience. And after the years of finding my right path, I created an agency called Gradovia. So we are a creative agency specializing in UX and UI, brand identity, and custom websites or SaaS products, wherein we help clients have their own products, especially technical sides. Currently, we are serving clients from USA, Australia, Canada, and UK, and also here in the Philippines. So I guess that's my introduction.
So
And
I
thank
mean,
you.
you came from nursing background, then you had to do the OFW thing. So kind of, I mean, what made you switch? What was it that made you switch? I mean, obviously, anybody knows about OFW, overseas Filipino worker. Most we jokingly say this, but most foreigners today, Filipinos like best nurses you probably ever will have in the United States are Filipinos. Customer service, even everything, because y'all are generally very cordial, very nice. I remember when I met my wife, I'd be on the phone customer service and I'd hear them. As soon as I heard them, I said, "You're calling me from the Philippines, aren't you?" And they, how do you know? Because y'all are very cordial and nice. And jokingly, though, usually y'all are nurses. Usually it's like, "Well, you're going to be a nurse." But what kind of made you switch to go, I didn't want to do nursing or OFW into, I want to run my own business and become a virtual assistant?
So yeah, for that question, since I was a kid, I really love to draw. So when maturity comes, so I tried my best to basically like follow the path of nursing career, but creativity really is calling me, and that's the reason why I chose to be a designer. I tried this path, really like had some struggles at the first, but it's all worth it since
That's cool.
Hey students, are you ready to stop watching success from sidelines and finally be part of it?
This is your exclusive chance to join the most powerful conference in the country, Digital Impact Philippines 2025, happening this June 29, 30, and July 1, 2025 in Surigao City.
Connect with the CEO pros, AI innovators, business mentors, and creators who are changing the game right here in the Philippines.
No fluff, no boring lectures, just pure, real-world strategies, live demos, and insider secrets that you won't learn in school.
Secure your tickets today and get access to both days of learning, networking, and growth at a discounted rate.
Buy your tickets now at digitalimpactphilippines.com and see you on June 29, 30, and July 1. See you there!
yeah.
I mean, whenever I was in high school, I remember I'd tell people, I don't really talk too much about it, but I actually was an AP art student.
Mhm.
And I used to do a lot of abstract art, and I used to do 5 to 6 foot paintings. And I remember being in school and I sold some of my first art and stuff. And it's kind of like, so you were a kid and you did that and that's what you like to do. But then when you become an adult,
Yeah.
we all has this thought. It's like, listen, if I got to get up and pay bills and go to work and do this same stupid crap every day, it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
And your heart's going, well, I really like art. And then you find out, like when I went to college, I'm sure you probably kind of figured this out. You go, well, I could actually get paid
Yeah.
to do what I like to do.
Yeah, actually, and that's the reason why I shifted as soon as possible.
Awesome. So you started the business, and at first, obviously, when you first got started as a VA, it's just you and yourself. And how long did it take you to grow? How many staff do you have? I mean, how many years you've been doing it? That sort of thing.
So it started last 2014 when I tried to shift, but at the same time, I already have the experience since I was really a graphic designer at the first place since 2010. So after that, I tried to grind, hustle for a couple of years, and then when the time came last COVID, I guess, I tried to start the agency and finally decided to have it 2022, I guess, and tried. I can say that there's up and downs since we know that digital space has that type of reality. So I can say that in terms of my experience or how the agency is working at the moment, it's really working well. We only have like 8 team members since I love having like a minimal type of approach in terms of leadership, team members, and in terms of UX, we don't necessarily like have too many people since
I mean, honestly, I tell you, don't, and tell people all the time is don't ever say we only have. No, you have 8 people that you're employing. And I tell people this. I mean, to be honest, it's like think of this. It's like you get, and most people understand in the States is like the average Filipino household. We got what 5, 6 people in the house. You're actually, I have 8 employees, and I'm helping about 40 something people because they got jobs and stuff. So that's an amazing thing. And then on top of it, the one thing that you're doing that like I don't do, and and I've done it your way as well. So I actually stepped into doing it your way just recently, but I'm a generalist. Everything's lower cost, lower everything. So we do everything in bulk, right? Which means we have to have more people, but it's lower cost on everything, lower standard on everything as well a lot of times. But then I've also done it the other way, which is what you're doing, is you're going after one specific niche. You only need so many people, and they pay more money, and it's less headache. And stuff.
Yeah.
So I did that, started doing that a couple of months, probably about 2 months ago. And within 2 months, we brought on about 30 clients. But that's one specific niche, one specific website, one specific type of SEO.
Yeah.
1,000 times easier to deal with versus when I'm a generalist. And what we do is I can do anything from doctors, lawyers, you know, digital marketing agencies, or junk removal. From one day to another, you're doing all types of different clients. So
yeah,
it's a headache and a nightmare that most people cannot deal with.
Yeah.
But man, and then you hit on something else is managing and the type of people you want to develop, and you know that's really key in growing a successful business, especially as well as doing it over time and taking. You know, another thing you said too. So I read you did this right before COVID. This is the same thing with us. I picked up my first client right before COVID. And then my wife told me, said, why don't you pick up more clients? Because, you know, you got 20 years. Even my client told me that. And then I said, I really don't want to. I just wanted to have a couple of clients. And then a couple of clients became 50 clients. Then COVID happened and shut down our laundry business. So thank God, same thing as your situation. And I'm sure, because if you didn't have that business when COVID hit, you've been screwed like a lot of people were. No job, no income, no food, nothing. You know, so that was a big blessing for you with the company and stuff getting started right before COVID. So you've been doing this for over 10 years. So that's most people can't even say that. Most people, when they get started, say, I've been doing it for like 2 years. You know, you've been doing it for 10 plus years. So that's really good. And that in and of itself is an accomplishment. So, but yeah, so you do product designs. Let's say, what's your ideal client? How do you find clients? You know, big one that most people say, like you didn't say you deal with Australia, which is on our time zone pretty much. So that's good. But USA clients, they pay more. I know Australian clients usually the money is, the conversion's different. So they need about a 20 to 30% discount because the USA prices are more money. How do you go about finding clients? Because that's the one struggle that virtual assistants have.
I can say we should start, or any virtual assistant should start um improving their portfolio, especially make it easier for a client to basically like know who are you, what services are you offering, at the same time make it minimal as much as possible. So it should be more focused to a conversion state instead of having too long portfolios. And then in terms of getting clients, we have a lot of basically like platforms already over the
Okay.
internet. So for us, we are using Upwork. At the moment, we are also having down some via LinkedIn. So currently, those are our specific platforms, since we already have like a robust type of portfolios over that. So I can say that in terms of having or how to find clients, it's all about being smart and like don't complicate things. So just make it easy for
You
a
get a
client.
lot of referrals too, I'm probably pretty sure too, because once you do really good work, especially when you niche down like that, a lot of times someone will keep sending you work or they'll have their
Yeah,
friends that they'll send
yeah,
you stuff only because you did really good work. And that's the key is
yeah.
doing good work and then delivering good work and just making people happy. And then once that happens, a lot of times you get referrals. Do you do any social media management? Are you posting online or doing any
Actually,
outreach or stuff like that?
yeah, actually at the moment, we don't have enough time for that, but 60% or 70% of our current clients are mostly referrals.
Hmm.
Since in terms of product designs, it takes a lot of time to basically like build it. So basically, in terms of client working relationships, it goes over and over, and at the same time, they'll find you like very good. So
Yeah, it's like
referrals.
in your case. It's like when you niche down like that, and I know, like I have a friend, he's also speaking. Joshua is one of my students. It'll take them a month to do a project, whereas with
Yeah.
us, it'll take us 2 weeks to do a website, and we can do them in a day. But the thing is, we're doing a different type specifically towards SEO. It's mainly home services, stuff of that nature. None of this branding and storyboards and stuff like that. But when you do it your way, it's like I only need a certain amount of clients, and the clients
Yeah.
we have actually keep feeding us and keep giving us referrals. So I don't really have to go looking per se for them. How did you wind up finding your first client though?
It started when I really tried to give it almost as a free service
Mm-hmm.
just to get testimonial.
Yep.
So I really like bartered a testimonial via work. And then
Yep.
at the same time, I transitioned and scaled it up by giving it like a discounted price at the first, just to make sure that I can get more testimonials. And then when I was able to build my name, then basically I already started
That's the
to
same thing I did, because everybody thinks you start out and you got this guy that paid you $1,000 and blah blah blah. And it's like, no, when I first started out, this is going to tell you how old I am. If you don't know what Craigslist is in the United States, I started out
Mhm.
using Craigslist, and that's how I
Mhm.
got my clients. Well, Craigslist is good to get clients, but they're cheap as shit. They don't want to pay you a lot of money. And then I started getting some clients, and I went, well, I'll do this website or this SEO or this social media management for free to get a
Mhm.
testimonial. And then once I got my testimonial, I'll build up my brand and build up my, if you will, that I was good at what I was doing. Then people started referring people to me, and I got more work. So you did
Yeah.
it the same way. And a lot of times people think, oh, you're just successful and, kind of fell into your lap. And that's never how it works. It's a lot of struggle and a lot of sacrifice that a lot of people just aren't willing to make a lot of times. So, where are you at in Surigao? Besides Surigao City, where are you located at? We're in Maboa.
Uh, I'm in the city, so basically
Mhm.
at currently really in the city. So
The main
uh,
city. Okay.
easy. Yeah.
Well, whenever I come into the city again, I'll sit there. I come in probably once a week. I'll have to hit you up and say, come by for
Sure,
coffee or
sure,
something.
sure.
That'd be cool. But finding someone else in the city, it's in the same niche a lot of times, because you don't think you usually have. There's not too many that I know of, in the city. There's a couple of us that run agencies here. So, but I look forward to meeting you. And if you guys have not bought your tickets, you can do so at digitalimpactphilippines.com. And, if I don't know, do you offer coaching or help for, people of that sort of thing to teach people how to get
Uh,
started? That'd be good too.
Actually, one of your team members,
Mm-hmm.
I coached her.
Awesome.
Lovely.
What's your name?
It's lovely, and I started
Oh,
design since 2020. So
yeah, she's
I
really
just
good.
like
She came to us, and she does content creation and a bunch of stuff. So I mean, but yeah, awesome. I'll tell her you said hey and stuff, because they're the ones that kind of pull. It's like, who is this guy Genesis? And she's like, oh, he's here in Surigao and da 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 da. So I look forward to meeting everybody there. But if you don't have your tickets, go to digitalimpactphilippines.com to get them. Students are only $5.99, and then VIP is 3,500 peso. If you haven't bought it, you can buy it, Gcash, bank to bank, or online, or in person. So I want to thank our sponsors, John Signey, and I want to thank Gene Gray, as well as Local Dominator. I look forward to seeing you there, Genesis, and we'll have to meet up sometime for coffee here in Surigao. But thank you so much, and you guys have a great one. Be blessed, and I'll see you there.
Bass, please. Bass.